Okay, we got some NIT action tonight. This is the late game here, the New Mexico State Aggies versus the St. Mary's Gaels, and I really like the St. Mary's team. Odds makers have it at -12, and although I like him and I really like Randy Bennett, that's just too many points against a scrappy, good defensive New Mexico State team. But what I like really is they catch St. Mary's in a tough spot. Arguably, the Gaels were the biggest snubbed team in the country. They should have been in the tournament. So I think it's going to be hard for them to get up for this game, even though it is at home. And when we start to look at some statistics and we compare even some common opponents, and Mexico State has every reason to believe they can come in and keep this game close at the very worst. So I like for New Mexico State to go ahead and make this game pretty interesting. I'm going to go ahead and take the 12 with the Aggies. And let's talk about New Mexico State on the season. They allow just 63.6 points per game. That ranks 16th in the country, and they allow opponents to shoot just 41.8% on their two-point shooting, which ranks ninth. Now, of course, that's out of the WAC conference, not a very strong conference, but still, when you look at the common opponents between St. Mary's and New Mexico State, not a big difference. New Mexico State lost to Irvine by 2. St. Mary's beat them by 10. That was an away and a home there difference as well. Utah Valley, you got New Mexico State beating them by 24 and 12. St. Mary's beat them by 15. Grand Canyon, New Mexico State beat them by 20 at home. St. Mary's beat them by 9 at home. New Mexico State did lose to Grand Canyon on the road by 4, but still, I mean, when you look at, there's just not a big disparity here. 12 points is a bit too much, especially the spot for the Gaels after just getting snubbed. And let's talk about St. Mary's. Some ridiculous statistics. They rank first in the country in both overall shooting percentage and effective field goal percentage, as well as ranking third in shooting efficiency. And this was supposed to be a rebuilding year for them. They've been fantastic. They can really shoot lights out. But New Mexico State is a really good defensive team. I think they're going to be able to control some tempo here. And again, this is really about the spot. Very tough for St. Mary's, even at home, to get up for this type of contest when they fully expected to be dancing at this time. And New Mexico State, I don't want to say they're no joke, but they did win their conference, so they're going to be probably a little bit more fired up to come in and face the St. Mary's team that's higher ranked than them. And I'm sure they'll understand what a big underdog they are, and they'll embrace that role. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to back the Aggies here. I think they're going to be scrappy tonight and stay within double digits. That's going to be one of my NCAA picks today, and I wish you guys luck on your picks today.